Hello everybody and welcome back to InsaneBrit Gaming. I'm the InsaneBrit and today I'm going to be talking about The Last of Us 2 leaks, and there will be spoilers in this video just to give you a warning. But I'm going to talk about a lot of other aspects in or should I say why I believe this actually happened. So yeah, first and foremost, I am a huge fan of the series. It is on my my completed playthrough section. If you're interested in watching me play The Last of Us and the DLC, of course, in the DLC you find out that Ellie is a lesbian or gay, whatever, bisexual. I don't know. I assume it's just gay at this point. I don't know any different other than that. Um, but yeah. So anyway, let's continue on with the story. So this was back in 2013, so you could argue that before the term wokeness or whatever, or maybe SJW was knocking around that word. I don't even know, but whatever, it's there. So we've seen other games play with this idea, or for having lesbians or gay or bisexual or non-binary people in their games. We see Life is Strange 1 had it. They were playing around with, making your character bisexual, or, a bit of a, they hinted at it, but it wasn't too on the nose, but it was there. Um, we've seen, I think, Overwatch added a non-binary character. Fortnite jumped in on it. We've seen Mass Effect do it in a mainstream game where you could basically pick to be gay or lesbian as well. One of those games, I think it's Mass Effect 2, I don't know, or maybe 3. And even Assassin's Creed did it where you could choose to have a relationship with a man or a woman, but there's never been an outright gay character mainstream AAA game right on the nose, like boom, you have to play this character, and that's just the way it is. Okay, fine, so they've done that. Whatever. Don't really have a problem with it. It was already established in the previous game anyway, so here we are. So yeah, the industry itself has actually, played around with this notion. Like I said, don't really have a problem with it, but I'm just simply pointing that out at this point. Now let's talk about crunch time with the actual industry itself. Now crunch time is basically relating to a number of industries, manga, possibly anime, I believe as well. Yeah, anime, manga, and gaming industry. It is an issue relating to work conditions. This basically means that you have to live and breathe your work for a lot of people, staying at the office overnight, doing double shifts, like I said, staying at the office, having a laptop with you constantly, taking your work to bed essentially. And the trade-off has always been, well, you're in your dream job. It's an industry where it's pretty much needed, so you don't mind doing it, kind of thing. Of course, that can really play hazardous with your mental health and just health in general, wearing you down, and it is an industry problem rumored to be addressing. I did comment on it about a couple of months ago that it was an issue, and all the rest of it, but at the same time, Naughty Dog apparently has one of the worst reps for this. So if I can just go down to some of my notes here. Okay, so apparently they have such a reputation of this Naughty Dog that actually nobody wants to work for them. I think this is in the tech department, like the animations department. I'm not too sure what part of it is, but a lot of people don't want to work for them. It's so bad they actually had to hire movie industry people who work on movies to work on their game to help finish it. Maybe that was why it was delayed. So yeah, that is some reputation that people don't want to work for you, and you've actually had to go outside of your industry to finish your game. That's a bad rep to have, man. God damn. Now, the leaker in itself is probably paid a certain amount of money in their industry, whether it be $25,000, $30,000, don't know, but that could be an industry standard. For them, so that's just basic wages for them, okay, in that particular industry. Nothing really special, whatever. It's still a decent wage, but whatever, it is what it is. But in their industry, the way it works, to top off their wages or whatever, is by getting a bonus. Now, I don't know how big the bonus could be. It could be they have it written in their contracts. This isn't one person, by the way. This is a bunch of people. Could be 50 people. I don't know. Where they basically say you get a 2% bonus or 5% bonus in your wages for the first 1,000,000 copies sold. Now, of course, you're going to sell more than 1,000,000 copies of The Last of Us 2, at least in theory, at this point. You're quite confident in that, I'm pretty sure. Hell, but what if you sell 20 million copies? Is that reflected in your bonus? No, it is not. The way the companies get around it is basically say, we'll pay you your 5% bonus in your actual, for the first 1,000,000, but the other 19 million that we sell, again, I'm just plucking a number out of the air, could be 2 million, I don't know, but call it 19 million, right? They don't get a piece of that. It goes straight to Naughty Dog. So that's all profit for them, and they only get that 3 or 4 or 5% bonus for the first million copies sold. That's if it sells a million copies. Now, don't get me wrong, it's very highly likely that it was going to sell a million copies. But apparently, for whatever reason, I assume Naughty Dog's quite wealthy with, like EA almost, but I don't know. But with all their Uncharted games, The Last of Us, and then, they rebooted it or put it on the PS4, and then they have this funding for The Last of Us 2. It's a pretty successful company, and for whatever reason, they're not even going to get that bonus now. Hence the reason the leaks happened. Basically, somebody, from what I understand, took key scenes and they put them up to uploaded them on YouTube, and then essentially, but obviously they've been deleted now for, I don't know, like YouTube took them down. There's been reports that Naughty Dog kind of like said, hey, remove these quickly, blah, blah, blah. Okay, makes perfect sense. It's their material, not supposed to be seen yet, blah, blah, blah. But of course, it's on the internet, which means people have already seen it, people have taken screenshots, people have downloaded the footage and put it on Twitter, Facebook, and God knows wherever else on the internet, and forums, and it's out there now, a given. It's just the way it is. It's the internet. Nothing ever disappears. Now, once it's out there, it's out there. So anyway, there's a bunch of these key scenes that have been put out there. So, sorry guys, let me just go down to my notes now, because I want to warn you before I get onto the spoilers of this section. Okay, industry. Okay, so basically, guys, I am going to give you the leaks now and what I believe is going to happen, and I'll give you some opinions off of Twitter as well, because that's always kind of fun. And I'll give you my own personal opinion on the actual thing. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of The Last of Us, and I wanted the second game to succeed. No hate towards The Last of Us, and then they've kind of done this, and I'm like, God damn. Based on from what I'm hearing regarding the working conditions and everything, I kind of feel that they deserve this at this point, and it's cost them a shitload of money because people are not happy with the politics being put into their games, or they feel, or they're saying SJW and the rest of it, and it's like, god damn, and the story seems trash to me, and even to me, a fan of the series, I'm like, this isn't very good. The narrative isn't good. It's a story of revenge. Okay, so basically, guys, I'm going to run down the spoilers now, so if you're not interested in that, please click off this video, or whatever. So, from what I understand, the story revolves around Ellie and Joel, to a point. Well, they're both now very much estranged because of Joel's controlling nature on Ellie. Of course, he kind of took her under his wing as the adopted daughter, as it were, or surrogate daughter, after he lost his real daughter in the first game. So now he wants to protect her and blah, blah, blah. And of course, Ellie's feeling very frustrated with that. Of course, he lied to her at the end of the last game, kind of thing. So they're now estranged and they're not really together. The game actually allows you to switch, or in certain parts, to play Joel, Ellie, and another character. I think it's her lover, the chick she kisses in the trailer we saw at the E3 a few years ago. Apparently, there's a love triangle between Ellie and Dinah, I think her name is. It's pronounced. I don't know. And an Asian guy. Basically, and there's like I said, it's a love triangle, and Ellie starts to fall in love with Dinah, whatever her name is, whatever. Okay, the bad guy, again, I don't know all the whole. Like I said, it's about revenge. The bad guy, as it were, is actually transgender. Okay, and apparently this transgender person does not like lesbians. What? That's the story? That's the story. So we're in a post-apocalyptic world. We're trying to build a community and get along here. Shouldn't the main focus be on food, water, the clickers? Delete, killing them, destroying them, protecting your community, and trying to educate whoever's the youth around there. How to protect themselves and to be part of a community and whatever else. And yet you've got somebody worried about politics. Oh, I don't like lesbians. But you're... Wow. And you're probably moaning about pronouns too. It's so unrealistic. It's so fucking stupid. If I'm in that world right now, I don't care if you're gay or lesbian, whatever it is. I'm like, well, that's you. That's cool. I'm not. So, unless you're trying to stank on me or I'm trying to stank on you, that shouldn't even come up. Who gives a shit? But apparently, that is one of the leaks, is that the transsexual person or whatever, trans don't like lesbians? Is that the best you fucking got? That's fucking trash. This game could have been about I don't know. You saw aspects of a community, maybe building that community, trying to link up with other people, and trying to protect your supplies like food and water from other communities trying to rob you. A bit like, dare I say, The Walking Dead. That would have been more interesting. Played a game like that and been a little bit more realistic if you're trying to, rebuild the world, as it were, in some way, and try to promote some kind of cohesion where everyone is made equal. That would have made more sense to me and been more just realistic in itself. Having said that, you could have done something like that and then went even on. I'd like to have seen this been a trilogy and went on to The Last of Us Part 3. But here's the thing. And why do I say I wanted to see it be Part 3? And want there to be a part 3. Is that still a possibility? Well, according to the leaks, there may be a fucking spin-off, but I can't see it happening, and I won't really want to even play it. According to the leaks, Joel dies, okay? And apparently Ellie, from what I understand, from Twitter's aspect anyway, everyone's saying Ellie dies as well. Something about she gets revenge, and then she becomes the bad guy, and then you end up killing her. So you've taken two great, wonderful, amazing, strong characters with an unbreakable bond, and we love seeing them together. We love seeing them work together. You've made one of them grow up. Yeah, they could be estranged. Yeah, she could have her own life. Yeah, Joel could be trying to protect her and not happy with her life choices of whatever it is. I don't know. Or maybe he supports her. Don't know. There could have been some kind of conflict there between the two. That's natural. That's human beings. But the fact that you have now taken these characters, dare I just, make it about something petty like, her girl's sexuality and then someone wanting to kill her for it. It's just fucking weak. It's poor. It's not a game I want to play. It is not the way I wanted to see this series end, if it did end. And like I said, you could have had that community thing where there's things about the community. Hell, if you want to kill one of them, you kill Joel because he got old and he was like, I don't know, maybe heartbroken kind of thing. I don't know, that Ellie didn't want to see him anymore, or he got cancer and then died. A natural progression of a story of a man who was 30, 40 in the first game. It ended up being that age, and now he's maybe 60. And then generally just, passed away because of natural causes, ages. And then Ellie carried on the story onto the third game. Where she did something else. It could have been so much better, so much more. Instead, you've gone for politics, you've gone for sexuality, something that shouldn't matter in a post-apocalyptic world. Like, it is insane. I'm just so disappointed in that. I'm gutted, really, because I know that it's going to end. If you look at some of the tweets here, huge disappointment. Well, beware the leaks, but I hate the direction they went. Troy Baker did really warn us when he did that interview. I didn't see the interview, but I did hear something about something he said ages ago, but I didn't really pay too much mind to it. I'm not buying the game. I'm saving myself £50 now. I personally was never going to buy it brand new, and I think if I did, it would have been one of the games worth it. But now I know the plot and everything, I'm like, I'm not into that shit. I'll play it, and I'll get into that little bit of the spoiler section as well. My opinion on that. Let's read more here. Laugh my ass off. Last of Us 2 got leaked and it confirmed by other leaks. SJW trash. Remember, this is other people's opinion, guys. So, Last of Us, such a shame. It's also disrespectful for those who spent so many years working on the game and for all the fans waiting to play it. Respect the creators. Let them release it when it is the time. Dying to play this one. The leaker, in my opinion, had good reason to leak it. I don't discourage. I'm not thingy with that. At the same time, this is where it gets interesting, because my opinion is, I've always been a fan of treat your workers right, and then they will do better. The crunch time and everything is an issue. It's not good to have your workers be in that situation, or any worker. Having said that, the games that we get to play are fantastic, and we appreciate you, because we wouldn't have Call of Duty every year if we didn't have the crunch time, or whatever else, and all these other great games, or we'd be waiting a hell of a lot longer. So I do appreciate and respect it, but at the same time, I think maybe better working conditions, you know, and you know, like dedicated times to work on things would be more healthy in the industry itself. But like I said, it's about profit and all the rest of it. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But as for the leaker and his reasons for doing it, assuming everything that I said was correct, with the not getting a bonus, being treated like shit, and all the rest of it in the industry itself, or specifically Naughty Dog, I kind of feel that Naughty Dog deserve it, and I kind of scoff at it and go, you know, and I'm a fan of The Last of Us, and I don't want it spoiled. But at the end of the day, it has been spoiled. Now, if it came out today, the only way they could have countered this was to release it. After the leak came out, they could have released it today, just say, for example, digital only. And then, you know, in 10 hours it would have been spoiled anyway. I'll say spoiled because other people would have played it, did playthroughs of it, and then, you know, it was going to be out anyway. And then, you know, if people wanted to see it, they could go see the ending of it or whatever else. As for me, I don't really care about. I play older games anyway, and technically, on my first video when I upload it, someone could put it in the comment section, the ending of the game, or whatever. You know what I mean? I can go and see the ending of every game that I play. I don't, but I could. So, you know, has it affected me? Do I want to play the game? I want to play it, but if I do play it, I want to play it at a very discounted price. I won't be paying it. I'll probably get it pre-owned, just on principle, so they won't get none for profit. That's it. You know, so I have no real hate towards the leaker. At the end of the day, my life isn't going to end or change because someone leaked it, or someone told me the end of Call of Duty, or somebody told me the end of God of War. Don't affect me. Disappointing, yes. And I won't spoil it for people who I know who want to play the game. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I said all I have to say about it. Last of Us 2 leaks revealed. Will you now pick up the game? Will you wait till it goes on sale? Will you just stay away completely because you don't like the so-called, I've heard people call it the lesbian agenda. Yeah, so how's it going to affect you guys? Are you picking it up? Are you not picking it up? I will play it, but I'll play it at a discounted price, and I don't care that much that it got leaked because, like I said, you release it today, it would in 10 hours somebody would have just, you know, had the whole thing out. So who gives a shit at the end of the day? It's not that important. No one lost their lives over it. There are much bigger things in the world to worry about than somebody leaking a game. Oh, I will say there are journalists out there who do leak stuff, who built a whole career on leaking stuff or whatever, and they basically were, you know, kind of doing double standard where they were like, oh, you shouldn't leak things, but then people, their whole career's been built on leaking stuff from locations and maps and all the rest of it. So that's another story in itself, kind of being hypocritical. I think the counter argument that has been said back is simply, we release maps and locations, but we don't actually tell you the ending of the story, which I think can be a valid point, but it is what it is. But I wouldn't start jumping on your high horse when it comes to that. At the end of the day, guys, no one lost their life over it, you know what I mean? If you're a Last of Us fan, you're still going to play it. I think it's cost them a great deal of money, because people won't want to pick it up brand new, people will just borrow it, people won't buy it on day one, and they'll wait for a sale. But true fans of the series will pick it up day one and pay full price and enjoy the game regardless. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Links will be in the description below. Enjoy the rest of Life is Strange 2 this week, and next week we'll be going back to Red Dead Redemption. And I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.